Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. This is the pre-show mantra. The show will start momentarily. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be rich. I deserve to be wealthy. I deserve to be free. The more you learn, the more you earn. Thereby, the more you earn, the more you learn. The stock market is a machine, and I am more than capable of operating this machine. Let's get into it, y'all. What's good, $1 trillion ticker family? This is the weekend charting edition. This is the live stream where we're slowing things down and purely focusing on price action, breaking down support and resistance, trend direction, key levels, and we'll turn on the algo and see some signals. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment only. Let's get into the charts, y'all. All right, our first chart that we will be checking out today is going to be SPY, the SPY. You know what SPY is? SPY is the S&P 500. It is the 500 largest companies as far as market cap. So give me a second. All right, there we go. That is ready. Okay, so this is SPY here. Gonna go ahead and clear these off. And this is what we got. We got candlesticks. So when it comes to charting, we're gonna start on the weekly. We're gonna go to the line chart, and we're gonna find some places where price had big reactions. So this is the last reaction to the downside. So we'll go ahead and put a weekly level right there. 683. Go ahead and round that up to the nearest 10 cent. This is a very small range here, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this on there anyway. Let's go ahead and roll that down. Okay, there we go. Now let's go to the daily. Hold on, what's up with this music? There we go. Alright. Where do we have major price reaction on the daily? Definitely right here. $671.40. We're basically very close to all-time highs right now. So hopefully we'll be hitting all-time highs next week. So the all-time high is 696.09. Okay, now let's try to look for some support. We did have a bounce right here. This looks like more of a solid support level here. Let's see, right here. 85. Yeah, this is definitely. This is a previous all-time high right here. Go ahead and round that up. Right, so we got 3 support levels to the downside. So the current price is, let me go to the candlesticks. So the current price is 691.66 to the downside. I do see some support here at 689.50, followed by 687.40, and then weekly level here is 683.20. So we're very close to all-time highs. So it's very likely that we're gonna break all-time highs next week. Well, we're $5 away from all-time highs, so I wouldn't be surprised. We do got a lot of earnings next week. This week we did start with the banks' earnings. A lot of the banks missed on earnings, though, unfortunately. Let's check out some of those banks right quick, so we can see. JP Morgan on the daily. JP Morgan missed on the top, missed on the bottom. Visa, they didn't have earnings yet. MasterCard, not yet. Bank of America, they hit on earnings on the top and bottom. So Bank of America was good. JP Morgan missed. Wells Fargo, they missed on the top and the bottom. Goldman Sachs beat on earnings, but they missed on revenue by $1 billion. All right. Morgan Stanley, they beat on the top and bottom, and they had a wonderful day when they beat because they were up almost 6%. Shout out Morgan Stanley, man. All right. Next is Citigroup. They missed terribly on earnings by 27%, and they missed by 5% on revenue. So they went down that day, 3 1/3%. American Express, not yet. That's a credit card. Okay. So yeah, those are the major banks. As you can see, a lot of them missed on earnings. So some of them made it, but a lot of them missed. So that's not a good start for the earnings season, basically. That's not a good start for the earnings season. But we got technology coming up at the end of the month and the first week of February. All right, so let's check out QQQ. QQQ is our technology sector. So what we want to do, we want to go to the line chart, go to the weekly, and see where do we have support at. So I see some support right here, weekly level. Let's go ahead and round that down. You see these 2 points here, here, and here. And then to the upside, alright, we got this weekly level here, which is a previous all-time high. Go ahead and roll that down. Alright, so there's our 2 weekly levels. We do have our all-time high. We can go ahead and put that on there as well. Before. Okay. Go back to the line chart. Now let's look for more places where price had a big reaction. So let's see. Definitely right there. And this is based off here and here and here. Okay, we'll go ahead and round that up. And then also right here. Okay, so we have our downside support. Go ahead and round that. So this is based off of here, here, and here. Okay, so we got 3 levels to the downside. Now let's look for the upside. I do see once we came here and here, we had some resistance there. So let's go ahead and put that up there. Also here and here and here. Okay, and then we have this here. But let's see. Yeah, this is pretty much this. So one more daily level before we get to that weekly. Let's go ahead and round that up. All right. Then if we do end up breaking that weekly, I do see some resistance right here. It's not too crazy, y'all. Where did price have a big reaction? Okay, so yeah, this is definitely a level right here too, though. Let me show you why. So I'll put this here based on this, this, and this. It's nothing too crazy, but that's where price reacted at. Okay, so the current price for QQQ is 621.26. Do have a level here at 619.55, followed by 613.60. Very strong weekly level. If it does break down that, I do have a level here at 605.50. And then to the upside, I have resistance at 624, 627.20, and very strong resistance, a weekly level resistance at 629. So it's going to be pretty tough for QQQ to get to the upside next week, y'all. But we'll see what happens. You know, all it takes is a quote or a tweet from Trump to move the market. So let's also see if we have any trend lines we can draw here. I think we do. Looks pretty good to me, don't you think? There's our trend line. Do we have a resistance trend line? Possibly. Let's see what we got. Yep, I see resistance trend line. Okay. So this is kind of a chop zone here. Between these two weekly levels, we got this. So yeah, it's consolidating. So what we want is break out to the upside, breaking over this resistance trend line, breaking over this weekly resistance. And if we can do that, we can get to all-time highs. All right, so next, let's check out the sectors. XLK up first. Okay, so it looks like this one is already charted. Okay, so we are very close to breaking out of this zone here. So if we break out to the downside, that's going to bring QQQ down as well. We did close right on this support trend line. We do have the resistance trend line right here. We're very close to that as well. So we'll be looking for a breakout. Y'all. Okay, so if it breaks out to the downside, I do see some support with this diagonal trend line and some more support at 144, 141.35, and a very strong support here at 139.50, If it ends up breaking to the upside, we do have this diagonal resistance trend line, and also this 147 followed by 148.70, and then the gap to the upside. So that's what I have on XLK. Let's check out XLY. Move these drawings. I'm not gonna redo every single one because it takes too long, but I will do every other one so we can get through. We got a lot of charts to do, y'all. All right, so I see some support right there on the weekly. Let's go ahead and roll that up. See a big price reaction right here at 122, y'all. Let me check on the daily. Yeah, I like the daily level better. There we are. Go ahead and roll that up. Here we go. We got the all-time high right there. Let's go ahead and put on candlesticks. Now back to the line chart. Another daily level here. Got some resistance right there. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely a level. Alright, so we got some downside support just in case. Because you know February's coming, y'all. A couple weeks, February's gonna be here. February's normally a red month for the market, y'all. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's definitely level 2. It's so close though. So look how many times price reacted at that level. It's really just a zone since it reacted. Because these two levels are so close, it's really a zone. But I made this level based on this here. This resistance here, this resistance here, and this resistance here. So if this resistance has turned into support, then once it comes down, we should see a bounce to the upside. All right. So that's what we got for XLY, our consumer discretionary. Okay, do we have a diagonal trend line that we can draw? Let's see what we got. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. Yeah, looks good to me. Got our support trend line right there. I don't really see a trend line to the... I don't really see a resistance trend line at the moment because we're so close to all-time highs, so I'm not going to draw that. But that's what I see. Okay, so XLY, we have current price 122.30. We have some support at 121.90, 121.07, and then weekly support at 118.40. To the upside, we have some resistance. We got some resistance at 123.65. Actually 123.60, 124.50, and then the all-time high 125.01. So that's what we got on XLY. XLC, Looks like it's been selling off the past 4 days. XLC on discount. It's probably because, no, that's not XLC. I don't know. I don't know what company calls this. Meta. Definitely Meta for sure. No, not Meta. I don't know. Anyway, so we got the all-time high at 119.55. Current price 115.17. We do have some support here at 114.94. If it does break that, then I do expect it to come down and test this gap. So if it tests the gap, then this is a pretty small gap, so it'll probably just break through. If so, you could expect it to bounce at the bottom of the gap. If not, this next support level here at 112.80, followed by 111.45. And then if it does find some support here at 115, and to the upside we have some resistance here at 115.80, followed by 117, 118.55, and ultimately the all-time high of 119.55. If we can find some support, we may be finding this left shoulder, head, right shoulder, inverse head and shoulders. If that plays out, then that is a bullish chart pattern. So we'll have to see if that ends up playing out. It's still got to make this right shoulder, but that is a potential play. That is a potential play. All right, but right now it's looking bearish. All right, XLF. Let's check out XLF, y'all. Let's go ahead and chart it. Okay. Yeah, big price reaction right there. All right. 54.20. No. This price is so low that I'm not going to roll it down. All right, 54.25. And then we got resistance right here. But let me see on the daily. Yeah, that's previous all-time high. So we'll go ahead and roll that down now. Okay, let's see. $55. Okay. At the all-time high. There's a lot of chop in this area. A lot of chop in this area, y'all. $53.50. Definitely. Yeah, I put that wiggly level right there, y'all. Check out this next daily level. All right, so that's what I got for XLF. It's the bank stocks. Remember we was talking about those earlier. The bank stocks that missed on earnings, starting our earnings season off bad, but TSM did great. So TSM is technology, so TSM started this earnings season off great for tech. We got a little gap right there. Let's see. Okay, current price 54.44. Got some support here, 54.25, followed by 53.50 and 52.85. To the upside, we got some resistance at 55. We got the gap right here. If it gets filled, we got resistance at the top of the gap at 55.70, and ultimately the all-time high. All right, XLV. It's also pretty close to all-time highs. Does got a nice uptrend going. See if I can draw a trend line here. Yeah, I don't think this trend line will work. So let's try this trend line here. Let's see. Okay. That's what we got, y'all. Pretty close to all-time highs. Healthcare is doing great. It's not too much going on with healthcare, man. A lot of the market is just right at all-time highs. So if you are invested in the market, you are happy with what's going on in the market right now. Because you can see all these ETF, all these sectors are very close to all-time highs. This is XLP, Consumer Staples. Look at this. Ever since January 8th, this thing been running, y'all. Running. Once it gets over this 82.50 resistance, back to all-time highs. XLE. We do got a daily supply zone up here. You got the all-time high right here. Yeah. Man, I'm actually kind of tired, y'all. I didn't have my coffee today, so I'm kind of tired. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the show early today. We'll be back tomorrow, live on TikTok and YouTube. I would definitely have my coffee and be ready for the pre-market, market open, and breaking news. Thank y'all for tuning in today. See y'all tomorrow morning. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, Financial freedom.